here with MJF. Reason we're talking to you, MJF, AEW Dynamite's coming back to El Paso March 4th for at the Don Haskins Center. I think the third time that Dynamite has been will be here in El Paso. Just what do fans have to look forward to come March 4th at the Don Haskins Center?
Whole lot of me, which none of you deserve, but I'm coming. I'm definitely coming. I'm coming with the AEW World title. I'm coming with my beautiful face, my incredible body, my crushingly handsome good looks, and you should all be thankful for that.
Yeah, and this is I don't think you were here the last time AEW the Dynamite came to El Paso, which was last year, but in 2023.
Yeah, Tony had to pay me extra to come this time because, I mean, let's be honest, where you guys live, it's an absolute dump. But, you know, he pays me enough money to make it happen. He's paying me the big bucks, so I'm coming. There is a possibility I might be wrestling on that show. Who's to say, Adrian? You never know. There might be a title defense in El Paso.
Yeah.
And also, unlike WWE, you don't have to sell the soul of your firstborn to buy a ticket. They're at normal prices. You go to AEWTix.com, Ticketmaster.com. We don't discriminate against poors the same way the world champ does. I hate you people, but look, somebody's got to pay daddy's bills, and that's going to be people like you, okay, Adrian?
I already bought my ticket, and I totally agree with what you're saying. It only cost me $40 for a good seat, and I got you, yeah.
And you get to see where the best wrestle, baby.
Exactly. And you mentioned current AEW champion, your second title reign. Your first reign was 406 days.
No big deal. Just broke the record by a landslide. Youngest person to ever win the world title, longest reigning person, most successful title defenses. But no, let's talk about other title reigns like Kenny Omega's.
Just when you look at this second title reign, just obviously, what do you obviously you want to break the record? I'm sure break your own record.
I'm gonna break my own record, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, what do you see from your first title reign, from when you first held it to now? What do you just see your progressions that you've made in this business and being a pro wrestler?
I'm definitely a different wrestler now. I was a lot more immature back then. I know it's hard to believe because I'm a very immature guy, but you know, I was kind of not afraid, but more so tentative to get in the ring back then. I didn't feel the need to have to prove myself and get in the ring. But now more than ever, you know, Adrian, my goal is to go down as the greatest of all time. And that doesn't happen by accident. Now look, I've put on some of the greatest matches, moments, promos in the history of this sport. But if you want to be considered the GOAT, you need to be able to be willing to put it all on the line, more so than not. And if I want to prove I'm unabashedly the best professional wrestler in the sport today, there's only one way to do that, and that's by defending my title against the best of the best. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just based on the fact that so many people are gutting for me, I would be surprised if I don't find myself defending this championship in El Paso.
Yeah. And obviously, this is going to be one of the final stops before AEW Revolution. You'll be fighting Hangman Adam Page. Just what are you looking forward to in building up to that event in AEW Revolution?
What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to making sure that Hangman Adam Page could never challenge for the world title again. I mean, that excites me. That makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You know, me and him, we have to talk this week. We're going to have to figure out what the stipulation's going to be for the match. I have an incredible, beautiful, great, grand idea for a stipulation. I don't know if he's going to say yes. I can tell you this. Under no circumstances am I going to be okay with doing a Texas death match. I have zero interest in that. That match is dumb, it's stupid, it's ignorant. There's a lot of blood, and it's brutal, and it's gross. And I'm above a Texas death match. You're never going to see me do a Texas death match, so it's just not going to happen. But we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah. And this will be your... had you ever been to El Paso before, prior to that AEW Dynamite in 2023?
Oh, God, no. It's a horrible place. I mean, you know, you live there. So I've only gone there because of work.
Just what do you remember, though? I mean, you're a fan favorite when you came here for AEW Dynamite in 2023. What do you remember about El Paso, your visit to El Paso?
I remember wrestling that goof Takeshita and beating his butt. I remember that. I remember the arena smelled more than usual. Now, I don't know if that's because people in El Paso don't shower. Your call, Adrian. I don't live there. If it's a custom, it's a custom. But, yeah, those are about the stench and Takeshita are the two things I remember. I will say... I'll give you guys credit that the Mex-Tex food, very good, very good. So now, Adrian, I was asked a question earlier by Fox News here in El Paso, and I'm going to throw it over to you because from what I can tell looking at you, you are a man of Hispanic descent. Is that correct or
Yes.
incorrect? So you're not white. You're not white.
No.
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 Got it. I'm white and Jewish, just in case my complexion and everything about me didn't make it obvious and made you aware of that. If you could only have red or green chili salsa on your dishes for the rest of your life, what are you picking, red or green?
I'm picking green. I'm a
You're
green.
picking, okay, my answer was red. However, I do love green. It was a very difficult question, but you spat out that answer fast.
Oh yeah, for sure. We did get asked that a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna. In El Paso, Texas, since nothing's really going on besides drugs and food, I'd imagine these are the things that you talk about, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So then the other question, I guess, would if you could only live with one drug, would it be crack or meth?
You know what? I say no to drugs, man.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sure, Andrew.
Gotta say no to drugs.
All right.
And obviously here in El Paso, Eddie Guerrero is our guy. He's a legend here. I often think, obviously dream matches, regardless of wrestlers who passed on in this. I would always say, MJF, Eddie Guerrero would have been like a heck of a match, just in terms of not only your athleticism, but just the stories that you guys tell in the ring.
You both have a tendency of lying and cheating and stealing, that's for sure. Look, Eddie was my guy growing up. He's one of my all-time favorites. My bedroom at one point was painted. I was very young. I was about 7. As a wrestling ring. So there were ropes around all, 4 walls of my room. And then on the back side, there were lockers. And one of the lockers had names of my favorite wrestlers. And one of the lockers was, in fact, Eddie Guerrero. So.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's obviously, something that would have been great to see. Just who are some of your opponents? So, if you could have a dream match, it's just some of your other opponents that stick out in your mind that you would want to be in the ring with.
Oh, gosh. There was scuttlebutt about me and Mick Foley, me doing a retirement match with Mick Foley. Unfortunately, he had gotten hurt training for said match, so that never got to happen. So I think that would be my number 1 answer. My number 2 answer is, look, there are still a lot of matches that have not transpired in AEW. One of the matches that hasn't transpired in AEW is Andrade El Idolo, who I'm sure you're a big fan of.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's a piece of trash, but...
I saw that confrontation on Collision this past weekend, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this guy. I don't think I'm ever going to give him a shot at the world title just because he's so rude. I don't care for people that are rude. I'm salt of the earth, and I don't stand for bullies. I don't stand for rudeness. I don't stand for womanizers. I don't appreciate what he's doing. I respect women. I love women. Nobody loves women more than me. So, especially not Andrade.
You know what I thought was interesting too, seeing from that Collision. You're still on the independent scene. Why is that so important to you to still take part in the independent promotions?
Some of the greatest world champions of all time, Buddy Rogers, Ric Flair, Harley Race. These gentlemen, they would get in their cars or on planes or on their jets, and they would go wrestle the best of the best on the territory system. If they heard one guy was the best in El Paso, Texas, that would piss them off. And they would go to El Paso, Texas, and they would prove that wasn't the case. And then they'd go back home to their comfy, mansion, wherever they live. I happen to live in the most magical place in the world, known as Long Island, New York. And I want to bring that back. I'm a throwback. People know I'm a throwback. When they watch me wrestle, I wrestle differently than everybody else in this generation. Because everybody else in this generation is only concerned with hitting cool moves, doing a cool flip, and trying to maim and or kill themselves. I'm concerned with being a throwback. And I'm a traditionalist at heart. And that's why, doing these independent shows means so much to me.
Yeah, just have a couple more questions for you, MJF. You're an AEW original. You've been with the company since 2019. And you've had other opportunities to go to other companies, but you remain steadfast and you remain with AEW. Why do you think that is? What is it about AEW that keeps you there?
What keeps me in AEW is my ability to be myself. There's no leash on me. I don't have to worry about anybody sitting me down and telling me what I'm doing right or wrong. My boss knows I'm the draw. I have the world title right now. Ratings are up. Ticket sales are up. I wonder why. And he lets me do my thing. So I don't think I'll ever leave.
Well, and just the last question I have for you. I know you got a big birthday coming up next month.
March 15th, baby. Big 3-0.
The big 3-0. Happy early birthday. Just want to I just want to say, when you look at, as you enter your 30s, what does the next decade for MJF look like?
Let's be honest, the next 2 decades, if you look at the top acts in professional wrestling nowadays, everybody's in their late 40s, early 50s. I'm the youngest top act by several country miles. What does it look like to me? Dominance. In one word, dominance.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you. Anything else you want to say? The floor is yours, just for fans to come out on March 4th here in El Paso. Anything you want to say?
Look, if you love wrestling, even if you don't love wrestling and you want to give it a shot, there is no better promotion to dip your foot into pro wrestling than All Elite Wrestling. You can get your tickets at AEWTix.com, Ticketmaster.com. And by the way, if you don't like the cut of my jib, if you have a problem with me, buy a ticket, see if somebody gets to shut me up. That'll be all the more cathartic. So there you go. All Elite Wrestling, baby. Wednesdays and Saturdays. Check your local listings.
Well, thank you very much, MJF. I appreciate your time. Again, a fan of your work, as you mentioned, as everybody should be, as is. But thank you very much for taking the time, MJF, and we'll see you here on March 4th here at the Don Haskins Center.
March 4th, Don Haskins Center's no place I'd rather be. Bye.
See you, MJF. Have a good one.
Bye.